What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about how to find the right yoga teacher for you. If you are a beginner, how can you find a yoga teacher that will help you progress fast and safely? So let's find out what to look for in a yoga teacher. Well, sometimes many people join yoga classes and find out that yoga is not for them at all. Or maybe that particular class was not really good, and sometimes it does not have anything to do with the yoga type that you choose. Sometimes it's very hard to find a good instructor that resonates with us. And it's very, very important that you find a good yoga instructor, especially if you are a beginner. Because with personalized guidance and support, you can progress and learn the basics safely. A good yoga teacher will provide you very specific instructions that tailor to your needs. That's why with so many different yoga teachers available, it can be difficult to find the right one for you. And yoga teachers have also very different levels of experience and specialization. They also come from different yoga schools. There are so many of them nowadays, and they have different qualifications. And not all teaching styles are suitable for beginners, or if you have specific needs, or if you have injuries or problems that you might want to deal with. That's why it can be difficult to find a yoga teacher that will suit you best for your needs, for your own level, for your expectations, for your goals, and for your personality. So let's find out how you can find a great yoga teacher. Well, I recommend that you do some research beforehand and get some information. It's best that you know a few things before starting out, like what will be taught in the class that you chose and what kind of yoga is best for you. So I recommend that you find a great studio or a great class, and if you can't find one online, you can also ask your friends or your partners or colleagues for advice. Maybe other experienced yogi will usually have very specific opinions on certain teacher and already some experience, and have already tested some classes out, and they might be able to point you in the right direction. Make sure that you find a yoga teacher that have enough technical knowledge on anatomy and alignment. It's also important that the teacher guide the students into positions safely with calm and confidence. So some classes will focus more on the physical aspects and others on the spiritual, emotional, and mental benefits of yoga. That's why it's best to know what you're getting into and what you prefer, so you can avoid unpleasant surprises. So by finding the right type of yoga for you, you can find a good teacher that will suit your style and your personality. It is highly recommended that you look for a teacher that teaches exactly what you're looking for. So if you prefer a more restorative yoga style, then it might be very difficult to join an intense yoga class. If you prefer gentle flow, then you should avoid very vigorous and instant yoga styles completely. That's why it's best to do some research beforehand and to look at the different yoga types available and to pick what seems the best choice for you. So Vinyasa, Ashtanga, Bikram, Power Yoga, at all yoga styles, very challenging for beginners. If you're just starting out, you might want to look into gentle yoga types where you can learn the basics comfortably, like Hatha Yoga or Iyengar Yoga. So ask yourself the following questions. Do you like having a lot of detailed instructions? Do you like exercising, listening to music? Do you want an intense workout? Do you want a big class or a small group of people to exercise with? Or do you want a fun class or a more serious practice? These are all questions that you should answer and then pick the right type of yoga based on what feels right for you. So when you meet a new yoga teacher, you should always follow your first impression. It's key to have a good impression to avoid any doubt about a new yoga teacher. It's important for your practice and your progress that you build a healthy and lasting relationship with your yoga instructor. You should feel comfortable and look for good qualities like trust, care, style, charisma, and humor, depending on what's important for you. And if you do not find anyone that suits your needs at first, you should keep looking. There are plenty of choices out there, and with some time and patience, you will find the right teacher for you. Also, describe any injury that you may have, any problem, any physical limitation to your teacher, and also your expectation when you meet them. And see if you feel comfortable working with them. And until you find the right location, the right class, the right instructor, try to give yoga a chance. Try many different ones and form your own opinion. And if you feel not comfortable, if you are not learning, if you don't progress, then it means it's time to change and to look for another one. So when you leave the class, you should always feel better than when you arrived. If not, then something is wrong. Many yogis love practicing yoga because of the way it makes them feel. That's why yoga should make you feel good, it should make you feel amazing, it should be a very enjoyable experience. And if you don't feel better after leaving the class, then maybe it's an indication that you have not found the right class for you or the right yoga teacher. It's also a good idea to ask for the certifications of your yoga teacher. The certification system from Yoga Alliance is a good method to have a reference on how well the teacher was trained. There are many different levels of the yoga teacher, which are called Registered Yoga Teacher, RYT. RYT 200 means at least 200 hours of training. 500 will be 500 hours of training and 100 hours of teaching. And then you also have the Experienced Registered Yoga Teacher, 200 for 200 hours and 5 hours for 500 hours and 200,000 of teaching experience. So this is the basic certification and basics training from Yoga Alliance, but there are plenty of good teachers that also have no certification at all. For example, if you follow a formation and a qualification in India, then this is completely different from the Western certification from Yoga Alliance, and then it isn't a good reference at all in this case. So what should you look for in a good yoga teacher? Well, learning and advancing, it's not as much important as how you feel and how you enjoy your class. Yoga is not just a physical exercise, and you should practice regularly to see positive effects mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So to find a right yoga teacher, you should find someone who you feel comfortable with and who you share the same value with. And the teacher should always care about the student, should always have concerns for their safety, and as you progress you might also want to switch, find new teachers that will teach you something else, or stick with the same one depending on your goals. So the qualities to seek in a yoga teacher would be a very intense passion, dedication and love for yoga, knowledge of history and origins of yoga, concerns for the safety of the students, someone that gives clear instructions and have clear language is also important, with willingness to adjust to the student capacities, someone that teaches breath work and meditation is also a good sign of a good yoga teacher. There should also be intense purpose behind every yoga sequence, personal integrity and authenticity. The yoga teacher should express compassion and acceptance, should care for the students' well-being, and also be open to suggestions and addressing the students' needs and requests. So it's not easy to find the right yoga teacher for you. There are many choices out there, so it's important that you know what you're looking for and what will suit you best beforehand. So seek a yoga teacher that focuses on physical exercise if you want a more intense workout, or you should also join a class that is more spiritual and emotional if that's what you're into. You can easily find out if the teacher is certified or not, if that's important for you. But what you keep in mind is always feel comfortable, feel no pain, and feel always good after the yoga class. So if you don't find someone else at first, on your first try, then don't give up. Keep a positive mindset and keep looking. With patience and time, you will find a good yoga teacher that suits you, that will help you progress and achieve all of your yoga goals. So thank you for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and I will see you tomorrow.